SmackDown Shut Your Mouth was born on November the 13th of 2002, and thanks to all of your support, over 20 years later, IJC have decided to do an iconic review of an iconic game. This game featured everything a gamer and a wrestling fan wanted, from a fully interactive season mode to an entirely stacked roster. What more could one want? You'll be inside the house for days and years playing this game. I say years because 20 years later, I'm playing it right now. So, what are some fun facts about this game? What made this game so iconic? Well, the numbers don't lie. The game sold over 1 million copies in the United States and made near $50 million by the time 2006 came around. It sold over 300,000 copies in the United Kingdom, which got it a Platinum Sales Award, which is a tier that not many could speak of. I mean, if you think about it, 300,000 copies back then, that is absolutely insane. This game lasted years. We're still playing it to this day. That shows you alone how great it is. Little fun fact. This was Brock Lesnar's first video game too. I wanted to point that out there. When it comes to the ratings, it received an 8.2 out of 10 from IGN, a 7.6 from IMDb.com, and then an 8.9 out of 10 from GameSpot. This game was absolutely perfect. I feel like they really rated this harshly back in the day, but if we could go back in time knowing how games have evolved, we'll be like, this game was ahead of its time, and we haven't had a wrestling game like this ever since. Well, Here Comes the Pain really did, you know, knock it out the park too. Here Comes the Pain won up them big time, but Shut Your Mouth set the tone for what was to come. Absolutely great. So glad I got to play this game in its prime. So many great features. I mean, I said earlier, the season mode is unique on its own. Look at the entrances. The entrances were fully interactive. Well, not really interactive, but they were fully to the exact detail of what you would see in real life. You could think of any match you wanted to do during this time WWE was going on, and you could possibly make it happen in this game. The arenas were fully done. This was the first wrestling game, I believe, well, besides No Mercy, on the PlayStation console, at least on the PS2, because Just Bring It didn't do this. It had every arena of every pay-per-view the year before, and I think up to July of the year the game released. So having all these different arenas were really cool to see. You're seeing it as a kid, you're like, wow, like it felt cool. And also, this is actually a stadium WrestleMania 18 is being displayed on in this game. It's a larger arena compared to the other ones as it was in real life. So they were really spot on with this. So many great things to talk about. The different attires you're going to see here Triple H in his when he came back in his attire. The different attires you got to use in this game. The different looks you could go for. Oh my goodness. The creation suite, don't even get me started there. This really kicked it off and, you know, set the tone for wrestling games or gaming as a whole. This game was made, developed by Ukes, and it was, you know, it was distributed by THQ. So I wanted to point that out there. So these are similar, these are the companies doing it for the AEW game, which is why I wanted to cover this now before the AEW game released. So many great things to do. So what I'm going to do also now later on in this video, I'm going to show you all the roster. I'm going to show you all the match types. I'm going to show you all the venues or arenas in this game so you can see what I'm talking about. We're also going to do a little part of this video exclusively done for the season mode. Have some different clips of the season mode playing while I talk about it. You get to see a cool feature that the season mode allowed us to do, which was walk around the arena, outside of the arena, go to Times Square, go to a subway station. So many cool features. I'm telling you, this is something that we haven't been able to do ever since this game released. I mean, I wish the games would have kept up the pace with this, but I guess with time, as technology evolves, it gets harder to give us a full game. I'm not sure why. I really don't know why. I figured that by now, we would have a full game. Something really cool I wanted to touch base on the season mode. Had a little fun fact too with the season mode. Whatever happened in real life, they tried to replicate it in the game as this iconic scene of Vince McMahon injecting a lethal dose of the NWO in the WWE, and then when Hulk Hogan ran over The Rock, you have it here in the game. Who would have thought this would be featured in the game? I would have never thought that, and that's why I want to show this clip here. This is a really cool thing to see in this video game. Really cool to see. And boom, you're gonna see it right here. They're beating up the ambulance that I am in. I'm playing as Undertaker in this season mode, but for the case of the video, it was The Rock in real life, which is something really cool. You never got to see this in a video game. Till this day, we don't get to see something like this in a video game. The fact that we got it in 2002, damn, that shows you how far ahead of time they were when making games. Ukes and THQ is the dream work of a team, and that's what led this game to being absolutely perfect, if you ask me. Everything was smooth in this. The season mode, playing exhibition, playing with friends. No matter what you played, you were always going to have a satisfying time. The different venues you could play in, from WWE World to Times Square to the subway station to jumping on top of the fist in the SmackDown arena. Who would have thought you could do this? You can't do this in today's game, and you would think you could do it in today's game. But back then, you were. It's crazy how I feel like they've regressed in time. They've regressed rather than progressing when it comes to making wrestling games. SmackDown Shut Your Mouth should be a standard bearer for all wrestling games. I have no idea what's going on now. I have no shade at the 2K games, but damn. How is this game so good 20 years later? How am I experiencing new things now? I used to play this game non-stop when I was a kid. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest here, I'm gonna be straight up, I'm gonna keep it a little secret too though. I was single digits years old when I played this game. So, how is it that now, years later, the games can't be nothing like this? I don't know. Now, if there is one flaw about this game is that you can't hear the voices of the announcers or the superstars in this game when they talk. I feel like that's something they added in SmackDown versus Raw, the first one, the one that came out in 2004, I believe. So that's when everything changed pretty much. But besides that, A+. I gotta rate this game. I'm giving it a 10. I don't know who would give this game an 8.2 or 8.9. Buddy, just give it a 10. It deserves a 10. You see how great this game plays? Please give it a 10. Don't be so petty. Okay? Yeah, that's my take. But no, super great. So many great things to talk about. So I'm going to go into the roster portion of this video now. We're going to look at the roster, shortly followed by the game, the match types, and then the venues that you could choose to play in, you know, from WrestleMania to the SmackDown Arena to No Way Out. So many iconic venues in this game, and I'm all for it. So I'm going to go over that real quick, and then we're going to jump to the season mode gameplay stuff, and then we're going to come back to regular gameplay stuff and give my little outro to you all. My overall rating of this game, I already said I gave it a 10, so I guess I spoiled it, but I'm going to give it an overall rating later on. And then that's when you guys can comment in the comment section below what you would like to rate this game. So the roster for SmackDown Shut Your Mouth was super legendary with tons of different superstars from Shawn Stasiak to Spike Dudley. And that already tells you the kind of roster this was. So yeah, let's go over the roster. The Rock, Scotty 2 Hotty, Shawn Michaels, Shawn Stasiak, Spike Dudley, Stacy Keibler, Stephanie McMahon, Steve Austin, Tajiri, Taz, Test, Tori Wilson, Triple H, Trish Stratus, Undertaker, Vince McMahon, William Regal, X-Pac, Al Snow, Albert, Big Show, the Big Valboski, changed his name at that time, Billy Kidman, Booker T, Daddy Ass Billy, by the way, Bradshaw, Brock Lesnar, Bubba Ray Dudley. Fun fact, this was Brock Lesnar's first game in WWE. Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, Christian, Chuck, DDP, Devon, Eddie Guerrero, Edge, Farouk, Goldust, Hardcore Holly, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. You can also unlock the NWO version of Hulk Hogan. The Hurricane, Ivory, Jazz, Jeff Hardy, Kane, Kevin Nash, Kurt Angle, Lance Storm, Lita, Mark Henry, Matt Hardy, Maven, Molly Holly, Randy Orton, Raven, Rhino, Ric Flair, Rico, Rikishi, Rob Van Dam. The super stacked roster. I want to go over now the different arenas in this game. There were so many different arenas that made this game super exciting. The different venues, so to speak. The venues are right here. You have SmackDown, Raw, Heat, Royal Rumble, No Way Out, WrestleMania 18, Backlash, Judgment Day, King of the Ring, Vengeance A, Vengeance B, SummerSlam, Unforgiven, No Mercy, Survivor Series, Armageddon, Rebellion, Insurrection. Then there's a bunch of different like hardcore areas like the locker room, the boiler room, the corridor, the outside corridor, the parking lot, the plaza, the station, stock room, Times Square. You saw earlier in the video, VIP room, the world, and some little unlockables here. Just it's Times Square in the December, like snow time stuff, like in the winter. And then we're gonna go over the match types, right? There's so many different match types that you could play in this exciting game. This game was so ahead of its time. Let's look at all the different kind of matches you could do in this game. There's a single match, tag team matches, 6-man tag, handicap match, Royal Rumble, a King of the Ring tournament, takes you straight into the tournament, hardcore match, survival match, and then the special kind of matches. So you have a cage match, elimination match, Hell in a Cell, an I Quit match, Iron Man match, ladder match, last man standing, lumberjack, slobber knocker, which is when you beat someone else comes in, a special referee, a street fight, a submission, a table match, a TLC, a 3 stages of hell, And yeah, that's pretty much all the different kind of match types that you can do. And then, you know, when you do this, you know, Captain, Fall, Tornado 6-man tag, Normal 6-man tag, Tornado 6-man tag, Table Tornado tag, Elimination style, by the way. Hell in a Cell, all different kinds of Hell in a Cell matches. I Quit, I think it's just 1v1. An Iron Man match is just a 1v1. Ladder match, you can go up to Fatal 4-way. Triple Threat Tornado tag. Last Man Standing, 1v1, obviously. Lumberjack match. I think it could be different players. Slobber Knocker, no time limit, no limit anywhere. Bam. Pretty much beat everybody in the game. Special referee, you can have 2 referees, 1 referee, street fight. It's just endless, the amount of things that you could do in this game. They were so ahead of their time. I'm just looking back, I'm like, damn, I wasn't expecting this. Look at the survival matches, aka battle royals. I wasn't expecting this, actually. Look at all these different kind of match types that you could do in this game. It's absolutely amazing. And King of the Ring is a single tournament, a special tournament. I mean, I'll go days and days. Royal Rumble, I think, was just a flat-out 30-man Royal Rumble. So you could not do like 10 or 20 like the new games now, even 40. But yes, this is absolutely exciting stuff. The match types were absolutely amazing. And then when it came to the game modes, it was just pretty much exhibition. You have the creation suite, the season mode, which is everybody played the non-stop, the continuous season mode, the ever exciting season mode. The theater, which shows different cutscenes that you can unlock when you finish certain things in the season mode. Every time you win a pay-per-view, you can unlock something new. Many factors made this season mode special, from walking backstage talking to superstars to asking William Regal for some brass knuckles. These are things that you wouldn't be able to do in today's game. It allowed us to walk around the corridor, which is the arena itself, going to the souvenir section, seeing what they had on display. Pretty much would look like what they had on display back then if you went to a wrestling event. So seeing this felt absolutely nostalgic. Other factors that made this special were going from different places, going to different locations, going from the arena to the parking lot to the cutscenes. There were different cutscenes portrayed in this game, and everything was unique, as we have Stone Cold Steve Austin here coming out, trying to decide what brand he's going to go to. And of course, we get to see the Rattlesnake do what he does best and give both parties involved in the situation an absolutely iconic stunner, which is things that, you know, I wish games now would do, but seeing it back then is really cool. And the fact that we got it back then, I'm still grateful for it. You see, we're going to see a stunner here, and we're going to have Ric Flair celebrating in the background, but he does not know what's coming. Ric Flair, when you're in the ring with a rattlesnake, expect everything. So, some cool features there. Walking around in the parking lot, like I said, you have free roam of where you wanted to go in this game. End up wherever you would like to go. Go to the subway station. The subway station will then teleport you to Times Square, New York, to WWE World, which is where they used to like have like a little club in Times Square, which I'll show you all shortly here, which is another cool thing to see, because if you were a kid and you couldn't go there in real life, at least the game allowed you to visit there through the game and you could see what it looked like. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? The fact, I can't believe this was in 2002. I keep saying that because I am blown away. Look at WWE World. You get to see what it looks like on the inside. I never knew what it looked like. I only knew what it looked like from TV. This is the stage where they have the Tough Enough winners. Little fun fact there. Cutscenes, back to the cutscenes. You have the NWO beating you up and stuff. I mean, Hulk Hogan coming to help you out. This was after WrestleMania. You know, it was Hulk Hogan and The Rock helping each other out, I believe. So, you know, if this is the season mode, for the sake of the season mode, I was Undertaker. So Hulk Hogan came out to help out The Undertaker. So that's very, very cool things to see. We get to see Kevin Nash introduce Shawn Michaels. This is here an iconic scene. This is supposed to be when Hulk Hogan and the NWO approached The Rock, talking to The Rock. So they made it like that, but it's talking to your superstar in season mode. Who would have thought, right? Really cool things, I'm telling you. So many different cutscenes. I wanted to just show you all because maybe if you never got to play this game, I highly encourage it. And I'll list now what it goes for on eBay. I'll look into it now. But if you never got to play this game, I highly suggest it because it's one for the books. Absolutely one for the books. An absolutely great one to play. And a super enjoyable one. I would say it's just never ending. You'll never get tired of it. You could play it 20 years later and it feels brand new. And if you wanted to get SmackDown Shut Your Mouth today, you could get a little fun pack with it. You could get Here Comes the Pain, Just Bring It, Shut Your Mouth for $70, I believe, with free shipping. The game itself is, I think, $15, give or take. You're going to find it anywhere from $10 to $30, depending on the condition that you want. Some could be a little more, just, you know, play around when you go to eBay. So it's still affordable. But yeah, season mode, It was nonstop. You always saw something new. You did not know what you were going to get next. Kind of like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. I wanted to quote Forrest Gump so bad there, and I felt like it fit the vibe of the video, I guess. So that's what I have for the season mode. You know, got to show you all the different interactions that it has. It's just super fun. Street fight mode was fun in this game. Look at this, us smashing a car, destroying a car, so to speak. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff, and we got it so far ahead of time that, you know, I can only hope that the AEW game lives up to expectations, which I think it will. And if you want to compare it to any game, this is probably the perfect one to compare it to, but just a game in the future, I guess. Really cool stuff, little cool stuff that we see here. Different camera angles when you performed a certain move, when you did a pinfall, when you celebrated a victory. These are all cool things that I greatly enjoyed. The different camera angles adds a lot more to it. Even if the game is from back then, it still allows it to have that futuristic feel. The different camera angles are spot on, rather than just a game where the camera sits still. When you win a match, the cutscene at the end of the match, very cool stuff as well. So overall now, like I said, we're done with the season mode stuff. Gameplay overall, gameplay experience, 10 out of 10. I got to rate it a 10 out of 10. I could play this non-stop. It's a great fun party game. Friends come over, this is a game you can all play. No Mercy is still like the grail of all wrestling games. I would say WrestleMania 2000 as well. But this delivered. This did not undersell. This delivered. This did a great job. They did a great job with this game, and I can't say it enough. We did an excellent job. So that's my take on it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. You know, I hope I covered everything I needed to cover, from, you know, the roster to the venues to the match types, talking about season mode a little bit, showing you all different gameplay videos of this game. You all got to see different entrances, different match celebrations, different finishers, different superstars. I think I did my part. I'm a little satisfied with what I've offered you all. I think I did a good job. It's always hard to do these kind of documentary video things, whatever you want to call it. These long 20-minute videos. It's always hard because there's so much you got to put together and put it all at the right timing. Make sure you get the right things on camera. Make sure you get the right things recorded, the right things portrayed in the video when you're talking about it. So, hope you all enjoyed. Definitely more of these to come. I don't know which game I'm going to do next. I kind of want to do Just Bring It next, just because if we did Shut Your Mouth and Just Bring It lost, Just Bring It did get some votes. So there is some of the FG fam out there that wants to get some Just Bring It video type. So I think I could get that done before the AEW game comes out. Because once AEW Fight Forever comes out, the sole focus of my channel, of this channel, is going to be on AEW Fight Forever, trying to cover everything I can for you all. You know, the how-to videos, you know, I love doing those. The gameplay videos of the different match types, I greatly enjoy doing those. So that's to come. For the most part, I hope I think I covered this pretty good. Honestly, I keep saying it, but I do think I did a job well done with this. And please comment below what you think of this. If you enjoyed it, let me know. You know, thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for tuning in. God bless you all. Remember that God is good. God is real. Miracles do happen. I am a living proof of those miracles. Now, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. The day I was born again, June 10th, is coming up real soon. Thank you, God. He is the way. He is the way, the light, the way. Remember that he is alive and roaring like a lion. Remember Hulk Hogan's mantra of say your prayers and eat your vitamins, brothers and sisters. And John Cena's mantra of never give up and great successes will come your way. Rome wasn't built overnight. So remember to put in the work in whatever you do. Grind it out. Hope for the best. Say your prayers and great things will come your way. Consistency is a thing. And eventually, luck will go your way. Just remember that. You're due. You keep going at it, you keep going at it, you keep going at it, and you are due, and the things will fall into place. So, well, yeah, that's what I have for you all. It's just SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth, an iconic game. I'm an iconic reviewer. This is an iconic YouTube channel. The word iconic, we're going to keep saying it because that's what we are. So, super glad you all voted on this game. I would have never had the will to do this video if it wasn't for you all voting. But when I saw the amount of votes that this got, I was like, you know what? Let's make it happen. Let's do it for the FG fam. Let's do it for them. They deserve it. They want it. I'm going to give it to them. This is what I have presented for you all. So, yeah. Any critique, please leave it below in the comment section. Like I said, I did my best. I tried to cover this to the T. I tried to get everything on camera. Try to show you different and exciting cutscenes. I think the job was pretty good. I think the job was pretty well done. So, keep saying that. Thank you all so much. So, now what I'm going to do is my good night, good morning, good afternoons, goodbye, and good evening from whatever part of the world you're in. JC from Fitness Gamers is the part where we're logging out. Remember to brush your teeth, wash your hands, and clean your ass. JC from Fitness Gamers is the part where we're logging out. Please cue the static. God bless you all.